Hi everyone, Dean here, or Hobby Tuck, or is it Hobbit UK? I've never really known. I wanted to make this video because today is the 13th of July 2022, and that makes it exactly 20 years ago to the day since at the age of 17 I got on a National Express coach to Oxford and wandered into the Eagle and Child pub and then met the first of what would become some of the most significant people in the story of my life and of each other's. I walked into the pub, I ordered a pint of lager, and I shook my nerves so much that I spilled half the pint over my hands. And then I walked up to the group at the back, and Rebecca said hello, and that was it. We had an afternoon gabbing away in the Bird and Baby. I got to chat with Rebecca and Labour for the first time, and I shook half Arizon's hand. We got on a bus and went looking for Tolkien's grave, where Burhale read Namarie, and Hashbury terrified some poor local with her travel axe. The jokes in the run-up had all been about which of us would actually turn out to be an axe murderer, so naturally Hashbury had to claim that honour by actually bringing an axe. We spent an evening getting drunk and talking drums with Fat Cat Dave in the pub, and then Ayavazar and Idane the Ranger ended up sleeping on a park bench. But you've heard all these stories before, so ideally this wouldn't be a video, this would be a post on the message board where we all met, the place that started it all, but the talk we knew is sadly gone, and that's sad. It's also an important part of the story, because the whole point of what the Moots did was to take a friendship that existed on a forum where even its own creator never appreciated or understood it and transcended it into something far more real and far more vital. This is getting a bit pompous and pretentious. Fast you see, oh lads, it's only going to get worse. The Oxford Moots stopped with the 14th one in 2015, and that was largely my call, because I began to feel like their time had passed and I didn't want them to fizzle out. Everything has its time, and everything ends. And that doesn't mean that those years ever stop mattering, the opposite, if anything. This is a veteran of a good few Oxford Moots, and it was given to me as a gift at an Oxford Moot by Rowan Berry, and as you know, she's no longer with us. And so this gift, which she brought from Helsinki and gave me knowing full well that a bottle opener is something we always needed, hence the year that Darren Bloodaxe spent the evening opening bottles of Old Speckled Hen with his teeth. This gift really means a lot to me, and it takes pride of place on my fridge still. And every time I look at it, I think of Rowan Berry and how much she loved just sitting back quietly and letting it all wash over her at the Oxford Moots, and how much belly-aching laughter we all had every summer. So my plan was this summer we'd meet up again in Oxford and we'd have a reunion, and that hasn't happened, and that's down to me and my circumstances, and I am really sorry, and hopefully we can make it happen next year. But instead, my idea with this video is I'm going to share some thoughts about the Moots and what they meant to, I think, all of us, but especially me. Everything that could ever be said about Oxford Moots has already been said, because we had that brilliant tradition of coming home and writing up reports on the message board. So rather than try to reword what's already been said, I'm just going to shamelessly pinch things that more eloquent people than me have already said and use those words to express what I, and I think others, have felt. That is the purpose for which you are called hither. Called, I say, though I have not called you to me, strangers from distant lands. You have come here and are met in this very nick of time, by chance it may seem, yet it is not so. Believe rather that it is so ordered that we who sit here, and none others, must now decide. Whose round is it? I will go to the bar, but I do not know the way. The Oxford Moot is a precious sort of alternate reality, which it is a pleasure and a privilege to escape into. It crossed my mind that Tolkien would have been pleased with what his works have created here. An eagerness to socialise not only with good reliable friends, but also with semi-strangers of all ages. A will to explore a historical city together. A desire to play word games, dice games, card games, strategy games that engage brains instead of electronics. A capacity to drink continuously for 3 days and yet keep conversations at a reasonably intelligent level, regardless of the topic. And all of this possible because we all appreciate Middle-earth. I'm stunned. Every moot is a lovely thing, but Oxford Moots are particular. I really think they do the Inkling tradition justice. The incredible thing is that out of that first ad hoc gathering of complete strangers, with or without travel access, has sprung genuine affection and an interest in the lives and well-being of others. I find that quite remarkable, and a minor miracle, really. But what was the same was the distinct and wonderful feeling of welcome and inclusion that marked my very first Moot. The feeling that all of us are somehow family, in spite of differences in age, temperament, lifestyle, in spite of various squabbles and misunderstandings. We're stuck with each other by our common love of Tolkien and hobbits and elves and orcs, and I feel blessed to be a part of that family. It is this sumptuousness of environment that, as much as anything, has kept us coming back to Oxford. Until you have spent some time with good company in an environment that has been thoughtfully developed and maintained over the course of the better part of a millennium, you cannot really conceive of the tonic effects upon one's soul. Whatever else that Tolkien chap may have been wrong about, he was of sound mind when choosing a habitat. If you could be in any doubt of this, look at the photographs showing the heart-slowing beauty of Keble College's red and gold brick quadrangles. Not heart-stopping, not heart-quickening, but slowing. When one blinks one's way from the shade of the Porter's Lodge into the main quad, the instinct is not to gasp, but to breathe in deeply and out slowly, indulging in the scent of carefully tended flowers and mystery fruits that hang in the air like an invisible net of fairy lights. To walk gently on one of the gravel paths, maybe to sit on a convenient bench for a while and contemplate the contrast of startling green lawn sandy paths and stained glass that surrounds on all sides. If once a year you could come to this place, you could wander down its leafy boulevards, along its sweeping high street, down one of its cobbled lanes, and find yourself amongst one of the friendliest, kindest, simply most civilised groups of people you could wish to meet, whether breakfasting in a whispering great hall or snuggled about a table, enjoying good beer in a pub older than most countries. Why on earth would you ever stop doing it? Oxford has been as much a part of my formative years as it would have been for any Oxford student, and as someone who would never have been lucky enough to attend Oxford for university, I feel lucky that I've been able to spend enough time there for it to help shape who I am. When you wander through the streets of Oxford under blue skies and a bright orange sun every summer, and you sit in Oxford pubs with stone floors and good beer, and you talk and talk and talk, everyone you meet, everything you do, everything you see, everything you hear, it all becomes part of you. And then you wave goodbye to it. So I'll end by saying, I miss you all. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you all over the years, and I hope to see you all very soon.